All right, y'all. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We in color. We got a full house. We got a full crew. We about to get into a whole lot of stuff. We're gonna talk about Arod being banned for the whole season. We got a dad who left his kid in the car so he can go steal. We talking about human body parts falling out of the sky, and we talking about an STD that y'all got to keep your eye on. It's new and it's on the rise. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is ready to bring you this great show tonight. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J's right now.
Yeah. It's about that time. It's about that time to get. Yeah.
Button your lip, open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying,
Then you must be half stepping.
ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live, y'all. We in color and all that good stuff. Ain't no half stepping Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio.com. We are the flagship show right here on Legacy Internet Radio. We're so glad to have you here listening to us tonight. I asked some new people that said they was going to listen to us tonight. And damn it, y'all better make yourself plain dog. 804-402-2893 to be down with the flagship show. Legacy Internet Radio.com. Live from the Den. 804-402 is the number to dial to be down with us. Hit us up in social media as you normally do week after week. We on MixLR, we on TuneIn, we in Loud City, we on Legacy Internet Radio, which is our home website. And we're definitely glad to have every single person that has got us on their TuneIn, on their Loud City, on their MixLR, on their computer, cell phone, laptop, tablet, two-way radio, pager, Walkman, Atari, however you can get us. You can get a ColecoVision. If you can get us on the ColecoVision, then tune us. If you can get us on the HBO WHT satellite, like however you can get us and you can hear the sound of my voice, I appreciate that you there. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. I like to go around the room and introduce my crew when we start off the show. And of course, I always start off with our guests. And joining us for her monthly spot. She's always here on the second Monday of every single month. So if you want to hear my sister Tony, this is when you tune in. My girl Tony, what's up, girl?
Hi, how you doing? How you doing?
I am doing fine. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm feeling a little blue now because the person sitting to my right
Agnes.
not even making eye contact with me.
Agnes stank,
He
right?
barely acknowledged me when I came. Yeah, he's really stank, and I
Yeah.
don't like it.
When we get to introduce him, I think that there needs to be some kind of discussion around that.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you. There's some stank, not even stink, because that's the I. We want with the A.
Stank.
With the A.
Stank.
Yes, yes. You might even need two vowels in there. Stank.
Stank.
Two A's. Stank. There you go. Yeah, I can stank. And of course, I continue my salutations, joining me as she does every single week, co-host of Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J, giving me the evil eye, and I'm not really sure, but I'm sure S.Y. Butler's going to tell me. What's up, sis?
Hello, darling.
How you doing, darling?
Excuse me, darling. I can't pull the camera.
Speaking of the mic, can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm speaking into the mic. What the heck was that word?
What, stank? It's like two A's. It's like stink, but stank, but stank, stank.
Not an A and an E.
It could be if that's how you want to spell it. I mean,
That's worse than the word you made up last week.
I don't even remember what that was last week, man. I don't.
Punctified
Punctified.
or something?
No, because Punctified was legitimate. We was talking about the weather. And we was talking about how some folks really acting a damn fool about not letting kids go to school because it's cold. And them same people, those same people complaining because today it was like 70 freaking degrees here in Richmond, Virginia. And I'm tripping because you want to complain about it being a half a freaking degree in single digits, but you want to complain about it being summer like these people. You can't even freak.
I'm getting a little sad too.
Can't make some people happy, but it is what it is. We're gonna keep
because
moving.
my friend is not very talkative.
Yeah, well, you know how
It's your fault.
Yeah, well, we're gonna introduce him and figure out what the hell is going on with my brother, my partner, my friend, and we like to call him Big Rube.
Yo.
I said Big Rube.
Yo.
Do that over.
What's up, man?
Nah, I'm just chilling.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Because the ladies not feeling too good with you right now. They think that you acting a damn fool. Acting. Not even acting. Not A-C-T-I-N-G. Acting.
A-C-K.
A-C-K-I-N-G. Acting a damn fool. Ebonics on purpose. What you doing, man?
That's A-C-K-E-N.
Because, man, when Tony came in, like, it was, like, noticeable. Like, everybody noticed it. You just kind of gave the quick over the left shoulder. Hey, what's up? That's
I
Tony.
didn't even get what's up. I just got hey.
Hey, yeah. You only got
Didn't
one
turn
word?
around.
You didn't get two words?
No, I got a hey.
And you started a conversation with me and you just dropped me. Just
Ruben?
left me there.
Are you okay, Ruben?
I'm here. Yes.
Do you need anything? Is there any way we can help you? Is there anything that we can do for you?
No, I'm good.
Good, because I don't give a damn about your feelings right now. Let's move on to the show, Ruben. Don't put the mic down, because you up first. Ruben.
Ruben.
R-O-O-O-O-B-I-N. Ruben. What's up, brother? I'm going to pick on him because you see he ain't in the mood,
Just
right?
chilling.
he ain't in the mood.
He'll be all right by the time we, get a quarter way through.
Ladies, I want y'all in on this one, but I want Ruben first. We made a conscious effort a few months ago to take the show from a sports show to socially conscious being the anchor of the show. And we decided that if the top sports stories of the week were mainstream-esque type stories, that we would talk about them. Alex Rodriguez being banned for the entire 2014 season, I think, counts as it being a top story, simply because this is a Major League Baseball player that's high in prominence. For the most part, everybody knows his name. If you don't know who Alex Rodriguez is, damn it, you know who Arod is. Same person. He has been accused, and an arbitrator has agreed that he is guilty of using steroids. And just to kind of set it up, he is accused of using steroids and meeting Anthony Bosch, who is the owner and leader of the Biogenesis company in Florida. In 2010, in late 2010, he states that Alex Rodriguez sought him out as a client. He began paying him $12,000 a month to give him steroids, basically, in various forms. Alex didn't like needles. The punk that he is didn't want to get stuck, so he decided that he would take what was called gummies, which was gummy bear style little candies that were laced with human growth hormone and testosterone. And of course, he played for the next couple of seasons. There were 13 players who were linked to this Anthony Bosch fella who were all found to be steroid users. And every single one of them all took their suspensions, admitted to their transgressions, and moved on. All but Alex Rodriguez, who has steadfastly fought the allegations, decided that he wanted to take this all the way to the federal court, Supreme Court. They initially gave him a 211-game suspension, which was the duration of last year when they gave it to him, and all of this season. He appealed it, which is the reason why he was able to play through the rest of last season. The arbitrator came out over the weekend and upheld the suspension, gave him 162 games, which is all of this season, as well as the playoffs for 2014. I am a Yankee fan in the interest of full disclosure. I never fully embraced Arod. I don't have a reason why I didn't. I just didn't. He played for the Yankees. He wore the pinstripes. I rooted for him every time he came to the plate. It was must-watch TV for me because I knew that he was either going to strike out or get a big hit. That's what he did. But big picture-wise, Alex Rodriguez, not just because he's a Yankee, but because he's a prominent sports athlete in the United States who has been banned for a year for illegal drug use. Kind of set it up. There's more stuff that we can get out, particularly his relationship with Anthony Bosch, but I want to kind of save that for the conversation. What's your thoughts on the situation as we speak right now? Big Rube, you're up. What you got?
Do the crime, do the time. If you did it, just be done with it. I'm a Yankees fan as well. I guess took to A-Rod just because he's a Yankee, you know. I mean, if you did it, man, you know, if you worry about your check or whatever, it is what it is. Personally, regardless of what happens, I just hope we just buy out the rest of his contract and he never put, whether he wins or loses, he should never put on pinstripes anymore.
Here's the
just
thing.
buy his contract. I don't care how much it costs. We spend more money on other crap. Just do it and be done with it.
He's owed somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 to 70 million, even if he doesn't play this year, which he obviously won't. He's been suspended. But for the rest of the contract after this year, he's still owed over $60 million. Here's the other piece that I want to ask you, Ruben. He has never failed a test. He failed a test in, I believe it was 2007, but when they did those initial tests, those tests were supposed to be under wraps simply because they were testing to see how many people were using drugs. The whole point when they tested everybody in Major League Baseball, they were told that they would not go public with the results, and they also would not penalize anybody who came up positive. The only reason why A-Rod came up in those before because his name is A-Rod and somebody went on a fishing expedition and his name popped up and his name got attached to it and he ended up having to admit to it. That was in 2007 and 2008, in which in spring training of 2009 he admitted to it. This new thing is in 2010 and came public over the last year or so. So my question to you is, if he has not tested positive since this new thing, when you say do the crime, do the time, is it really fair for someone to get a season ban when they have not tested positive? Or is the circumstantial evidence, in your opinion, which it appears this is what this is, circumstantial meaning every single other person who's attached to this Bosch person has admitted, yep, I did it, and went away and took their suspension and never complained about it and admitted it to a man. And Anthony Bosch is the guy who's attached, who has said, yes, he didn't like needles, but I injected him from time to time, and I gave him other shit. And you got other people who are guilty who are all saying that I was introduced to drugs, performance-enhancing drugs, by A-Rod. So that's three things that negatively go against him, although he never tested positive based on Major League Baseball, who are basically the people who we need to be answering to. To that, you say what?
Well, in 2009, he admitted that he used.
He admitted that he had used in the early 2000s, yes.
Correct. So, I mean, once he did that, he pretty much put the target on his back. And then for him to continue to do it, to me, it's just stupid. I'm a fan of doing things the right way, and I get it. However, everybody's going to bring up Barry Bonds. Well, Barry Bonds get caught. Also, nobody said Barry Bonds did it either. Nobody has come up to court with any type of, proof that he did it. Also, the same thing with Roger Clemens. It's one of those things where, yeah, you're guilty to prove it innocent. However, he's already proved himself guilty one time. What makes you think that he wouldn't do it again? One, passing drug tests, that's so easy these days, is insane. Especially when you know when it's going to happen. And then furthermore, it's just like, my thing is, I think he's worried about his money. I don't think he's worried about anything else. He's not worried about the Yankees because he's not helping the Yankees at this point. You know, if he'd have just went away, took it, and then came back completely clean, you know, whatever, the pinstripes maybe would have got back on him. And, you know, he had to prove himself, just like Jason Giambi did, you know, back in the day, who was tested positive for steroids, went and got help, came back. He was a Yankee for another year, then he got traded. Not because he was still doing it, because he cost too much.
Yeah, he left as a free agent. But I got you. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Call us 804-402-2893 is the number to get in on any of this stuff. I want to get a shout out to my girl Joy, who's listening to us. What's up, girl? She's saying peace to Marcus J and the crew. She's also saying happy Founders Day to the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. She's saying hey to her sorors. Joy, I did that for you because I'm not a Delta. You got to be a lady for that, and I'm so not a lady. But that's for you, Joy. Ain't no ass step on Marcus J. Let's get SY on this one with regards to the steroid thing with Alex Rodriguez. I'm not sure how much you pay attention to baseball or Alex Rodriguez or anything, but if you're not paying attention, fake it. What you got?
Well, I don't pay that much attention to it. You're right. I did watch this little special last night about it, though.
On 60 Minutes?
Uh-huh. Yes. And, you know, I was concerned. You had a question to Ruben about whether or not he should have been fined a whole season if he took tests and his tests always came back negative. I'm thinking it's not fair, at least for the whole season, to do that to him, especially if his tests are coming back negative. Now, if they have proof that, yes, you are taking it other than that, then that's one thing. You know, like I said, I don't follow it that much, but if he did it, then, hey, have a nice season off.
Tony, what's your thoughts?
I don't follow baseball, but I've been hearing about him and the steroids for, I guess, about the past 5 or 6 years. And my question is, and I guess there's probably different rules for baseball, but the track girl, the one that got sent to prison.
Yeah, Marion Jones.
Marion Jones. How is it that she has to go to prison, but he can still play?
Well, it's different.
Well, that's what I said. I mean, I'm sure, I guess it's different.
It's
but,
different.
I mean, to me, like, that's just, I don't know. I kind of view that as, okay, you're taking steroids. Like, you're not the superstar that everybody thinks that you are. Like, I could be a baseball star or a track star if I use steroids, probably. I mean, it's just, to me, it takes away the genuineness of your talent, and I think that he shouldn't be able to play at all.
Let me speak to the Marion Jones thing. The Marion Jones thing, she actually went to prison not because she used performance-enhancing drugs. She went to prison because she lied about it. When they asked her in front of Congress, she perjured herself and said, no, I didn't. And then when they had proof that she actually did, they got her on perjury. Alex Rodriguez has never failed the test, and he's never stood in front of Congress and said yes or no, I did or I didn't. The only time he's been directly connected was early 2000s, in which when it was come out that he had done it, he admitted to doing it in the early 2000s when he was playing for the Texas Rangers prior to joining the Yankees in 2004. This came out in 2008 and 09. He admitted it then, but has since steadfastly proclaimed his innocence in steroids since then. My personal opinion is he's lying through his teeth. I think he's lying. I think he's used drugs. I think he's used performance-enhancing drugs. But just because I think that doesn't matter. I can think a whole bunch of stuff about a person, but if there's no proof of it, you know, it's difficult for me. And I'm not speaking as a Yankee fan because I don't like Alex Rodriguez. I never did. He's must-watch TV. So as a Yankee fan, when he came to the plate, I kept my eyes on him because I knew that he was going to do something exciting, whether it be strike out with the bases loaded in the ninth inning or hit a home run in the first inning. He was always going to do something that made me want, as a baseball fan, to see him. But as far as getting behind him and being a fan of his, I just never really got that feeling from him. But I don't want to make this about a personal thing with him. I want to kind of stick to it. Now, here's where it gets funky. I want the ladies in on this one first. Here's where it gets funky. Anthony Bosch is the guy who runs that Biogenesis company that apparently was the one that was giving Alex Rodriguez. And he said stuff as crazy as he was giving him gummy bears to take before games, that he would take these things before games, and then if he had to, pee after, he had figured out that when you pee in a cup, you don't let the initial stream or the ending stream go in the cup. Always wanted to capture the middle of your pee stream because that is where you can get the minimal amount of the least potent of the drugs that were in his system. We're talking about, once it's coming out. And by the way, Major League Baseball paid this guy to be an interview, to be a witness against Alex Rodriguez. It was not uncommon, but I thought that was worth noting. But when Alex got wind of this, he allegedly, this is what came out on 60 Minutes last night, he tried to send the guy away to another country and pay him a whole bunch of money to be quiet. Apparently this guy's girlfriend had gotten text messages with death threats for him and all of this kind of stuff. There's some serious cover-up of allegedly that appears to be going on here. So ladies, I want y'all in on this one, particularly because I know that y'all don't follow it. I want to get a layman's perspective on this before I get Big Rube, before we get out of here. Tony, you up first. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I think that if, this arbitration board or whomever this hearing was before, I mean, I would think that there was enough evidence to support that he was using them, and that's why he was suspended. So, I mean, that's something that I would imagine is not taken very lightly by, MLB and, their affiliates or what have you. So, I would think that if they found him guilty, they had some pretty good stuff on him that said that he was.
What's your thoughts? That's why.
Well, the first time he admitted it, right? You said he admitted
the first
to
time they
it.
caught him, he admitted it was post it actually happening. But yes, he ended up saying, you know what, you got me, I did it, I apologize, I won't do it no more.
And then whatever happened, and now he's being accused again, but there's no proof now.
There's still no proof. Well, there's no specific direct proof. There's no smoking gun. But the, as they say, circumstantial evidence is so compelling that it's very difficult for anyone logically to look at the situation and think that he's not doing it. You got 13 other people on the same list who all took their punishment and moved on. Now, most of them got 50 games, right? 50 games. One guy got 65 games. Alex was given 211 when he was initially given. He was the only one that appealed, which is the reason why he got to play out the duration of last year. 211 was the end of last year and all of this year. The arbiter decided, I'm not going to give you 211, but I will give you 162. That's eliminating the rest of last year, obviously, because he got to play that. And he gave him all of this year. And a lot of it, well, I won't say a lot of it, all of it is due to the circumstantial evidence. There's no smoking gun. So, Big Rube, I want you back in here. What's your thoughts on it, man? Before we finish up with Arod and move on to some other stuff.
I mean, honestly, yeah, a lot of people didn't get caught. A lot of people said, yeah, I did it or whatever. But these days, it's too difficult to determine if he had been cheating the system unless you got cameras there. But the biggest thing about something like Bosch is the dude ran a company, like a multi-million-dollar company. Like, I could think that there's some things off the books, but if you really think this guy didn't have stuff on everybody who did it, well, I mean, you can say what you want, where he's a crook or whatever. Even the dude from Miami had stuff on the Hurricanes as far as, giving money to players and all that stuff. He wrote down everything. And if you just believe that he wrote down nothing and he's just going off the top of his head, you're a fool and you're an idiot. That's why these people make money, and that's how they continue to make money. Did he do it? Probably. My thing is, stop embarrassing yourself. I mean, yeah, you're going to end up getting your money one way or another, but stop embarrassing yourself. Just take the punishment and roll out. He's even talking about coming to spring training. Man, for what? For what? Just take your punishment and be done. Because let's be real. You shut up, take your punishment. Hey, the Yankees will probably at the very least let you try. And then if they don't like you, they'll send you to minor league or whatever. But I mean, just stop being a punk. My thing is, if you didn't do it, then I'm all about fighting. But you have like no leg to stand on.
Here's the thing with that, because you said you brought out something that I wanted to bring up and I had almost forgotten to bring up. Call us up if you want to be down. I see certain people out there, and I know that you have an opinion on it. You know who you are on MixLR. I ain't gonna call your name out. Who has a show on Legacy and Net Radio? I ain't gonna call your name out, but you know who you are. Call us at 804-402-2893 and tell me your opinion on this, because I know that you're also a Yankees fan. The fact of the matter is, if somebody accuses you of doing something that you know you didn't do, a la Roger Clemens, are you really going to shut it down, especially if you have the resources to fight? Are you really going to shut it down and just accept whatever punishment the authorities want to give you if you feel strongly? We're not talking about the kid in the hood who did something minor, but they gave him 100 charges and overcharged him, and he can't afford a real. We're not talking about that guy, because we know that the kid in the hood gets overcharged, and you know he can't afford a real lawyer, and so he pleads guilty to some shit he ain't even do just to keep from going to jail forever. We're not talking about that guy. We talking about a guy, and I'm playing devil's advocate for the purpose of the discussion. Personally, I think Arod did drugs, personally, but let's just kind of lay it out there before we get out of here, because I'm giving that guy a chance to call us up at 804-402-2893. If he don't call us, we'll move on, but call us up. If you really didn't do it, like he says he didn't, like Roger Clemens says he didn't do it, who was exonerated, as we know, why would you stop? Because A-Rod is talking about suing the Players Association and Major League Baseball. He talking about suing the arbiter who ruled against him. Does that sound like the actions of a guilty person to you, Ruben?
With money, yes.
Because what would be the point?
But the reason with Roger Clemens, which I'll say, Roger Clemens, they didn't have this kind of evidence on him at all. So it's like, really?
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. All right, listen, I just called somebody out, and when I call people out, they usually respond, and I called this man out, and this man is responding. I got the brother on the line. I'm going to let him tell the world who he is. Who are you, and where you calling from, my brother?
Yo, this is the Great Grizzle, the Great Grizzolini, a.k.a. Jay Grizzy, host of the Green Room Version 2.0 every Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m.
You officially got called out by Marcus J., didn't you?
Say what now?
You officially got called out by Marcus J., didn't you?
I heard Marcus J's argument, but I like the way he set it up, though. He said, first of all, let it be clear, I believe A-Rod did drugs. There's no doubt about A-Rod out there wilding out on whatever HGH hormones, whatever he did. The common baseball fan can look at that and see what he's done. Here's my point. I think Marcus is saying, if you got the resources to defend it to the hilt, why not do it? The reason why he shouldn't do it, Marcus, is because he's looking like a total asshole right now. He's looking like what everybody presumed him to be, this prima donna athlete, when all the facts are thrown at him or against him. Yes, if you want to waste half of your fortune defending what everybody else knows you're doing, by all means do it, but don't try to pull those wool over my eyes, right? Give that to somebody else. Give that to one of the bimbos you used to hit off in New York. Don't try to sell it to me in VA. That's my take.
I could dig it, man. Hey, look, I called you out. You responded. That's my brother, Jay Grizzy. Jay Grizzy, one more time. Tell the world where we can find you and your show.
Of course, every Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Legacy. internetradio.com. I'm going to hang up and listen to the rest of the show because I know y'all got a great one going, fellas. Y'all enjoy it.
You got it, brother. That's my brother. That's Jay Grizzy right there. Thank you so much for calling us up and being a part of the show. Check him out on the Green Room Version 2.0 with Jay Grizzy and Alyssa P. every single Wednesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. All right, I think we said enough on the whole A-Rod thing. I think we could put a bow on it and move on. What I want to do is move on to another story. This one is based out of my home state of New Jersey. This one is about Governor Christie. A lot of people have issues with Governor Chris Christie. They see him as a bully. They see him as a blowhard. But the reality is, a lot of people also see him as potentially a candidate in the Republican Party as one of the next presidents of the United States of America. So what I want to do, SY, since you like to proclaim yourself as being from New Jersey, and I'm going to pick on you. Let's just kind of set it up. Right around September or so, a bridge that runs through Fort Lee, New Jersey, which also bridges New York City, was shut down. And at the time, it was odd. Folks didn't know why it was shut down. Coincidentally, the person who is the mayor of that town was running against Chris Christie in the gubernatorial race in New Jersey. And this was seen as some sort of weird happenstance. Now, it's come out in the last couple of days through emails that have been connected to Governor Chris Christie's his inner circle, that they're alleging that the governor actually ordered that this bridge be shut down for the purposes of making things difficult in that town as retaliation against the mayor of that town. Once those emails and such have begun to come out, of course, the governor has steadfastly and staunchly denied having any connection to it. He has promptly come out publicly and fired everybody involved in it. But the reality is, if you were the leader of an organization, whether it be a country, a state, a city, a corporation, if something negative happens, it reflects upon you negatively. I'm not sure if you followed the story. If you have, great. Tell me your thoughts. If you have not, tell me what you think based upon the setup that I just gave you.
Well, I haven't followed it, but I do. Let's be clear first. One thing, I do not proclaim to be from Jersey.
Yes, you do.
I am from Norristown, Pennsylvania. And I have told you over and over again.
You're a Jersey fraud.
I lived in Jersey before I came here.
She's a Jersey fraud.
Now we're going to move on.
Okay, Tony says we got to move on. Hey, Jersey fraud, can you move on, please?
Whatever.
Okay.
But my little time in New Jersey, I did hear, I do think that he is a bully. The biggest problem I had, the biggest thing that was happening while I was there was that little speeding incident with him. And, I think he's guilty. I think he is a bully. I think he needs to stop. And I don't think he's going to be any member of any party doing anything.
What you think, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't heard about the story before, but it actually immediately I thought about this movie called Broken City. Have y'all seen that with Mark Wahlberg?
Mm-mm.
And
I heard about
Russell
it.
Crowe.
It's on my list. I haven't seen it yet.
Excellent movie.
Broken City.
Yeah, Broken City. But basically about how the powers that be use information to get what they want done for their own personal agendas.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't, who does something and then fires everybody? Nobody's gonna want to work for you. So of course, as president, that's just not gonna work out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he likely will not, go past where he is now. But yeah, I mean, the incident might have happened.
Well, here's the thing. I think that there's certain people, once they rise to a certain level of prominence, they're going to have supporters who are going to support them because they feel that person can represent their interests. I'm going to come back to this point and kind of flesh it out in a minute. But I brought that up to say that as one of the highest profile Republicans in the country, a Republican who leads a Democratic state, meaning we know that the Northeast, particularly New York, New Jersey, they're Democratic strongholds. And this is a two-term Republican governor. You don't get to be a two-term Republican governor in a Democratic state without having support from Democrats. And so he straddles the middle. A lot of people like this dude, and I had a conversation with my family while I was in New Jersey this past weekend, and they're not happy with him, but a lot of people like this dude. And so, Ruben, I want you to jump in here at this point. knowing what you know about the story, what's your thoughts, man?
I don't claim I'm from Jersey. I'm not from Jersey. I've only been there a couple times. However, I'm a fan. I bet all the Jersey people are like, you don't live here, so how do you know? Blah, blah, blah. Let's be real, people. I understand you may hate this dude, and I get it. Because, it is what it is. However, if you think this dude decided to sabotage his own political picture, you're fooling yourself. He didn't know what these people were doing, and that's just my opinion. He didn't know what they were doing, and he basically fired everybody. He apologized for 2 hours. It's a federal investigation. It's all this craziness. So what would make you think that he had something to do with this, especially since he knew that once he found out about it, people were going to try to trace it back to him. His people had something to do with it, but I don't really think he had anything to do with it. It's political suicide. Especially to make it, the big reason is they shut down the bridge. Somebody died because of that.
Yeah, 91-year-old woman was 911 was called, and she didn't make it. It was also the first day of school for the kids, and the kids ended up being late for school. So,
So, yeah, my thing is, first of all, if I were to shut down a bridge, it probably wouldn't be on the first day of school. It'd probably be on some Sunday that nobody cares about.
Well, I do disagree with that, because if you're going to shut down a bridge, the first day of school would be a perfect time to do it, because you will have the highest profile. If you're trying to really get, an impact, that's when you do it.
That's true, but if you're going to do that, how are you going to not trace it back to you? Let's just be real here. And that's, I understand the high impact, but this is political suicide. It was bad enough that the kids were late to school, and that's just one thing. But then somebody actually died because of it? Nah, man. I think his people did it as trying to basically, hey, you're not going to bully our governor around. We're going to get you back. He's probably like, man, I don't got time for that little person. So they did it, and then somebody died, and they spent the last 4 months trying to cover it up. Oh, you didn't cover up everything. You just got busted. And next thing you know, people getting fired, political stuff is being stopped. And you have your governor apologizing for 2 hours, knowing full well that they're going to do a federal investigation. And if he did do it, he's going to get caught. You know what I would have done? I resigned. I'm out. And I would have found my way to some country they can't come get me out of. Because it's political suicide. Want to run for president? Yeah, not going to happen. 2, you're looking at, they're talking jail time. It's bad enough that our own former governor's about to go to jail for some craziness. This dude's about to go to jail. Man, he ain't had nothing to do with it.
Also a Republican. Has Steppin with Marcus J. I don't know, man. I looked at this, as well, and I was speaking with, my trusted family when I was in New Jersey this weekend, and they basically told me that I was being naive for playing the devil's advocate with regards to this particular situation. My personal opinion is everything that I've seen with Christie tells me that this is a dude that not only is he a bully, but he's a bully that keeps it real, looks you in the face and says, I could beat you up and you can't do anything about it. People like that are not passive aggressive. People like that are aggressive. And this was passive aggressive stuff. Like, really, you expect me to believe that this dude had people that work for him shutting down a bridge because he had beef with the mayor of a small town in New Jersey? We're not talking about Newark. We're not talking about Jersey City. We're not talking about Trenton. We're not talking about Camden. We're not talking about New Brunswick, Patterson. We're not talking about no big we're talking about Fort Lee, New Jersey. Really?
I don't even know where that is.
I don't know where it is. And I grew up in that state. And so, I reserve the right to be wrong on this one. If it comes out that they got emails or they got some kind of direct connect to Governor Christie, then so be it. Hey, look, I don't have no problem being wrong. I'll come on the air next week, the week after, whenever. If it comes out that this dude was proven to be directly connected to this, then I'll come out and say I was wrong. But this one, I just don't see it. I really don't. I don't see it. And, you know, people say, oh, you're being naive. He's a Republican. He's got to be wrong. Well, you know what? I'm purple. I am purple. I don't get down with the blood or the cuz. Because for all you black people walking around thinking that the Democrats are so freaking great, guess what? Your MSNBC ain't nothing but Fox for Democrats. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Y'all ain't great no more than the Republicans are great. They think y'all crazy as hell, just like y'all think they crazy as hell. So don't be throwing stones at this dude just because he's a Republican. If you're going to throw stones at him because you think he's guilty. Don't throw stones at him just because he's a Republican. Because I'm watching Al Sharpton, and I'm watching Chris Matthews, and I'm watching Rachel Maddow, and I'm watching all of these people on the Blue Channel, MSNBC. They got so much to say about Governor Christie. Hey, look, I'm not a fan, and I'm not whatever the opposite of a fan is. All I'm doing is I'm looking at the situation, and I'm analyzing it with my own opinion. My own opinion is what I seen of this dude, I ain't never seen punk with him. And somebody who would do what they accusing him of doing is straight punk.
Yeah.
And that's just not what I seen of him.
This dude's gonna basically put a bag of crap on your door, light it up, and then if he's not standing there laughing at you when you open the door, he then wrote, "This is for you, MF," and his name on it, then rolled out.
I disagree because, and you know, my thoughts have nothing to do whether he's a Republican or not. But, you know, you got to kind of look at it too as, you know, he fired all those people. So if they try to come back and say testify against him, he could just say, oh, they're just mad because I fired them.
Well, I mean, they got subpoenaed, so they have to testify for what happens. But
they can lie.
But the thing about it is, somebody like Christie is not. He is over the top. He is public. He wants to let you know that he just shit on your lawn, and he's going to let you know.
But he's not going to let you.
He's going to do it right in front of you.
This and it ended up, you know.
No, he's going to let you.
Resulting in the death of an innocent elderly woman. He's not going to do that. Ain't nobody that bold.
But see, but the thing about it was nobody knew who did it. Who had the bridges messed up? See, that's the whole thing. That's not his MO. His thing is be like, I'm shutting the bridge down. I'm just letting everybody know that I hate that dude over there. I mean, that's not his MO.
Yeah.
His MO has never been strike from the shadows. His MO is do it in bright light with all the cameras looking at him.
Yeah, I agree with Ruben. I 100% agree with Ruben. I caught some flack from my family because I stood firm on that. I also reserve the right to be wrong. So if it comes out where they prove that he's done it, then so be it. Y'all know me. I'll come on the air and say I was wrong on this one. I just don't think that I am. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J.
I have a bone to pick with you.
You got a bone to pick with me?
Yeah, you know, it happens often, seeing how you're such a bad Marcus J.
I am? Oh, damn. What I do?
You know, we got a little note there from our good friend Joy. And Joy, I got to tell you, as soon as he said New Jersey, girl, I stood up, I looked under the table, I looked around him, I looked in his lap. Where's the cake, Marcus J? Where's the cake? Joy and I would like some cake.
Y'all need to go to Jersey and get y'all asses some cake.
What the heck do we need to go for when you went?
Because I ate the cake, man.
Marcus, we had to understand, you know that if you go to Jersey, you bring back the cake.
You said that.
You
I
go.
never agreed to that.
You take your ass to
I ain't
Monteleone's,
never
okay?
agreed to it. I ain't agreed
Not
to
really.
it.
Where's the cake?
What you shaking your head in affirmation,
Because she wants
Tony?
some cake,
Yeah,
Marcus
'cause
J.
I don't know what y'all talking
Whose
about. But
side
I
are you
love
on,
cake.
man?
Girl,
I'm
this
on the
cake
side
is
of
so
cake.
good.
Cake is
Michelle,
This cake is
Michelle,
so
I'm gonna
good.
need you to
From
be
where?
on my
This
side.
cake
I
is
know you
good.
just getting in, Michelle.
No, Michelle. He went to
just checking
Jersey.
in.
He went to Jersey City, Michelle. He did not bring back the cake.
I went to Jersey for a funeral. I went to bury a family member. I wasn't going there and thinking about
You are
no
not
cake.
going
And I'm
to
sorry
do
that you had to
that.
go
This
to
is
Jersey
why I
for
went.
that.
I went for a funeral, and you know, I was there, you know, sharing condolences
How much drink
with
did
my
you
family
have?
a lot.
Did you have any
And
Crown Royal?
Absolutely, I did.
Where'd you get it from?
I traveled with mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bought mine here in Richmond, man. What you
Yeah,
thought? I'm gonna be
okay.
worried about going to the corner store in Jersey City? You must be crazy.
Where's the cake?
Still in Monteleone's?
That's messed up. You really are not hiding it this
Hell
time?
no, Michelle. I see you saying, "Hey, I'm gonna need
Not slices?
you
No,
to weigh in
Michelle.
on this one, girl."
No, Michelle. He Marcus, you need to go on back to Jersey.
You don't scare nobody.
How did you come back here with no cake?
I just didn't get no cake, man. I'm sorry. Maybe next time not. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. Call us up at 804-402-2893 to be down with the meanest man in talk radio, Marcus J. I'm going to ask because I ain't bring these ladies no cake. But you know what? When the last time they brought me some? I'm the host. I'm supposed to be the one. You know what I mean? Oh, good grief, Michelle. She's saying, Marcus, well, where's the cake? I want a piece myself. Michelle, I was looking forward to you being on my side and you not. And
you
now
know we're right.
I'm feeling some kind of way about that. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Look, I had a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to get to, but we're running over, and I want to make sure that I get everybody's stuff in. So I got some what the hell stuff we definitely going to get to. We're going to get to it later. But we're going to take our first break of the night, and when we come back, SY is going to lead us in a healthy segment, and I want to get healthy. I want to make sure that
you bring us some cake.
Damn it, I ain't worried about no cake. I don't want to get what she gonna be talking about in the next segment, which I don't think I can get it, but I think the ladies can.
It, and yes, you
ain't
can.
no how to step on Marcus J. We'll be back in a minute. I got SY, I got Big Rope, I got my sister Tony, and I got you in social media listening to us live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio, the flagship show. We'll be back in a few minutes.